What's up all my fine girls? No pimple is Whit here again with another video. So today I am back with yet again another ranking video, and this time I'm going to be ranking all my Beauty Bay palettes, okay? Beauty Bay is a brand that I have grown to love, okay? 2020 is when I became a believer of the good old Beauty Bay formula. Up until then I had never purchased from them, so I think I've accumulated a good amount of palettes here to, you know, have a full dedicated video to them. So today we're going to be ranking my Beauty Bay palettes. FYI, for anybody who wants to know, this eye look I did just post to Instagram Reels, so if you want to check it out, it is there on my Instagram. My Instagram is Ask Whitney, so if you do want to see how I created this, I have it over there on Instagram. And also, before we get started, you guys know I have you guys guess what my number one is going to be. I know some of y'all be trying to look at the thumbnail to see how I rank it, okay? And just know the thumbnail is out of order, okay? So I want you to try and guess, okay? Don't use the thumbnail because that's not correct. I can say that right now, it's not correct. So as I always say, somebody has to come in at dead last because, you know, somebody gotta come last, okay? And coming in at the last spot is going to be their most recent one, and that is the Beauty Bay, their Love Notes palette. So this one just released back on January 31st, and this is like their Valentine's Day collection, and this is what this palette looks like. So it's pretty much like a purple burgundy-ish neutral, and that's what I keep calling it, that. I guess it's like mauve, right? Or like, no, not mauve, like rose, yeah, like rose theme. That's what that is. So this one is coming in at the lowest because honestly I feel like they have other stuff in their lineup that I do like better. And I mean, if you, and by the way, all the palettes I'm gonna show you, I have a video on every single one of them. I do have a Beauty Bay playlist if you want to check that out. Like I was saying, they have other stuff that I like from them. Also, like this, just honestly, for whatever reason, I just was not really just moved by this palette. I feel like they have done better color stories in the past, and this right here is just not my cup of tea. I'm somebody that likes really dark shades, and I feel like Beauty Bay has given me just that with other palettes. And I know that there are people who like lighter shades like this, like where they kind of like that it's not fully just a dark palette. So I mean, you know, we have to kind of split it up, right? Like I get what I want from the brand, and then, you know, the brand creates something else that somebody else will like, you know. For me, this is just not my personal makeup style. Am I saying it's a bad palette? Not necessarily. I don't feel like it's a bad palette. I feel like it's not my favorite color story. Formula is great, but color story is not my favorite. That's why it's coming in at last. But I know there's people out there who love that. Just not me. So the next one here is going to be the NikkieTutorials palette. This is her collab palette that she did with Beauty Bay. This is actually where I first discovered the brand. So this is what this one looks like. And the reason why this one is coming in lower as well too is, well, actually let me start say this. NikkieTutorials, is it tutorials? Nikki, let me just say Nikki, okay? When it comes to eyeshadow, she is that girl, okay? She is that girl. So of course, when I saw that she was coming out with like a collab palette, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get that. I have to get that. But when I saw the inside of it, I was just kind of a little let down. Honestly, this palette, let me tell you what this palette looks like to me, okay? If you look at this palette closely, right? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? This palette feels like Beauty Bay gave Nikki a bunch of shades. Like, yeah, these are the shades to pick from. And she just picked at random which ones she thought were cute and threw them into the palette. There's no cohesion in this palette for me. And that's what I feel like I just did not love about this. And don't get me wrong, I like a very random palette, but like I want you to be random but still cohesive, like where I can create looks like the colors still flow, they're just randomly placed. This just really kind of feels random. Like, I just feel like I don't know what direction she was really going in. Like, I mean, the shades individually are very pretty, but like, when I'm thinking about like, I want to create a look, like just get a lot of inspiration. Because sometimes it's not just I want to grab a shade from a palette and keep moving. I want to be able to get a lot of inspiration from that palette alone. And with hers, I don't feel that way. So that's why this just ranked a little bit lower. I just feel like she could have came harder. Also, this is something that is just a little side note, but like it kind of annoys me when an influencer comes out with a collab and they don't utilize their collab palette as much. Like, for example, when Jackie Aina dropped that ABH palette, she used it like crazy. When Shayla dropped her Perception palette, used it like crazy. When Jaclyn Hill dropped her Volume 1 palette, that she loved that palette, you see that she used it, like you see like actually hitting pan. I feel like Nikki gave us one look with this and then she didn't really do anything else. I'm just kind of like, but girl, you're that girl when it comes to eyeshadow. So it's like, I was waiting for the looks because I would recreate them. Like, I really would recreate them, but I don't know. So I feel like even probably she knew, like, she probably didn't get that inspired from it. It's just like, she just kind of put some stuff together and said, yeah, so I'm going to sell to y'all. And it's like, okay, well, looks like I bought it. Okay, so coming to the next spot is going to be the Beauty Bay, their Sunset Horizons palette. And this is what this one looks like. Now this is a gorgeous palette. Like, it is so beautiful. Like, it definitely gives you sunset. Like, when you think about a sunset, these are the colors you will see there. I love that it has a black. You guys know I love me black in an eyeshadow palette. Black is like literally one of my favorite colors when it comes to eyeshadow, okay? So yeah, and then Beauty Bay, yet again, their formula is amazing. Now, if you do watch the video that I did on this, I did struggle a little bit, and I have come to terms with their palette. You want to start with darker shades and then blend out with lighter shades. And the reason why I kind of was confused, because I feel like I have to do that when it's like a pressed pigment palette, but this is not marketed as that. This is marketed as like an eyeshadow palette. So I thought it was good to go like, you know, layer, but these shadows don't layer well. So I would recommend when it comes to this brand, definitely start with the darker shades and build up, or yeah, start with the darker shades and then blend out with lighter shades. So I did struggle in that video, and if I would have done it the reverse, I feel like that look would not have been such a struggle for me. It came out nice in the end, but like I was struggling a little bit, y'all. Next up is the Beauty Bay, their new Romantic. And okay, so this was their Valentine's palette from last year. Y'all, look at this, just look at this, look at this. And I really, really love the look that I created for this palette. Like, check that one out. This is such a beautiful palette. This right here is like my cup of tea when I think of a Valentine's palette. Love Notes, I mean, somebody won't like her, but me, this is what I like. I like the depth. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that black? Y'all see that black, okay? It has my black in there. I love like these type of like wine reddish shades here. The shimmers, of course, to die for. This palette is just so gorgeous. So absolutely, you know, she had to be up there in the ranking. So I love the new Romantic. And I feel like, I don't know which ones are still available and which ones aren't, but I'm pretty sure new Romantic is gone. So now we're in the top 3. We are in the top 3. Do you know which one's gonna be number 3? I thought. That's 3 in Igbo, okay? Guys, I am Nigerian, okay? Igbo babe. Fine girl, no ping pong. Okay, coming at the number 3 spot is going to be the Beauty Bay, their Book of Magic palette. Now, is it Book of Magic? Yeah, Book of Magic. I always say Magic's Magic. Anyways, Book of Magic palette is number 3. Let me show you guys what this one looks like. Okay, y'all, look at this palette. She's that girl. She is that girl, okay? First and foremost, it has a black, okay? And then let's talk about these purples, okay? These purples, delectable, okay? Just gorgeous. The blues in here are amazing. Now, the reason why this one ranked a little bit lower is probably because of the blues. Like I have said before, I don't dislike a blue look, but this blue in this palette is more like green based. Like it has like a green undertone. And I like for my blues to be like a true blue, like a nice true navy deep blue. Also, y'all, I was doing some comparisons. I was looking at this, I was just like, wait a minute. Don't these 3 shades look familiar? Uno, dos, tres. Don't they? Don't they? Okay, well, let me show you where I have seen that before as well too. The Love Notes palette. What is this? What is this? What is this? Let me put them up for you guys so you guys can see it side by side. Okay. Do y'all see that? Look at those shades. Let me put it right here. Do y'all see that they literally duped themselves with those 3 shades? Honestly, it really kind of comes off like Beauty Bay is giving us bits and pieces from past palettes. And I'm just kind of like, to give us a new palette, which, you know, cool, whatever. But there are people who actually want the palettes that you're taking pieces from. Why don't you just sell that again instead of sitting up here selling new stuff? I don't know. I don't know how brands think about this, but I know a lot of people want this palette, so I feel like this should make a comeback. But anyways, I digress. Anyways, this is a beautiful palette. I love it. It is so pretty. It's a very cool toned palette. This was their Halloween, not Halloween. This was their holiday palette for 2020, and yet again, stunning. Their formula is amazing. I love their shimmers. They have literally one of the best shimmer formulas. Their mattes go on like intense. Okay, the look that I created with this, it was cute, okay? I'm gonna toot my own horn, okay? It was cute, okay? Alrighty, let's move on. The next palette that I have here is going to be the Beauty Bay. Oh, wait. I almost gave y'all the second palette without having y'all stop, okay? I want y'all to stop and comment down below if you have not yet commented which one you think is gonna be my number 1. And if you know me, okay? If you know me and you know what I like, if you've been watching my channel, you will know what the number 1 is. Like, hands down, you will know what number 1 is going to be. But Coming in at the second spot is going to be the Beauty Bay Their Wilderness palette. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this, okay? Y'all. This is gorgeous. Okay, this right here is a green lover's dream. It has those blues there, has a reds. Don't be thrown off by the red, okay? Do not be thrown off by the red, because y'all, blue and red, what does that make? It makes purple. So you can definitely get really creative, really funky with this palette. You can, you know, mix and match. I love these like safari themed kind of colors, like the camo, the khaki, the mossy colors. This shimmer right here is so beautiful. Like this navy blue right here, it's just gorgeous. And I like that, you know, you kind of get a nice little neutral quad here if you do want to kind of keep it a little soft that day. I feel like you can really get a lot of looks out of this palette. I feel like when I look at this palette, I draw a lot of inspiration. So yes, that is number 2. And at this point, if you know, you know, the number 1 palette is going to be the Beauty Bay Their Age of Opulence palette. This right here is my favorite within their collection, which I love pretty much all my Beauty Bay palettes. But this right here, she is that girl, okay? She is that girl. And this is what this one looks like. You guys know purple is literally one of my favorite eyeshadow colors to put on. So of course, you know, I got my black in there. This is the kind of blues that I like, okay? I like more of a cool tone blue. I like a true navy blue without that green undertone. The shades in here are so rich, so just jewel tone, so deep. Like I love it. Like look at these teals here. Look how deep and just like, oh my gosh, you guys, this palette is so beautiful. It's so stunning. I love the look that I created with this palette. I'm here just to my own horn, but no, pretty much I like all the looks that I created with all these palettes. You should really check that playlist out if you're new to my channel and you have not seen any of them. I feel like I created some really good looks with all of these palettes, so you know, check it out. Check it. I mean, you gotta promote your own self, okay? Who gonna love me like me, okay? Who gonna love Whit like Whit gonna love Whit, okay? Anyway, so yeah, that is out with the ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what if you have any Beauty Bay palettes, okay? I want you to try and rank yours down below. Comment what your favorite is, what your least favorite is. And yeah, just, you know, sound off in the comments. And until next time, I'll talk to you beauties later. Bye.